the Sultan of Sokoto and his Fulani Caliphate, including the Fulani Nigerian government, after their emergency meeting yesterday, which was in secret, they have resolved that it is risky to hand over power to the South come 2023. They said that they would rather go to war with the South than handing over power. And these are the reasons why they are afraid. The stakes are high for them because they can't risk people from outside their circle succeeding them for fear of being held to account for the terrible crimes they are committing now. That is one of their fears. The second one is as a result of the first one, the consequences from the first point I just raised. They have already machinated a conspiracy to rig the next election. That is if Nigeria still exists, with the possible deniability. They believe that electronic transmission of votes will frustrate their rigging plan, and it will frustrate their agenda. So they will fight tooth and nail to ensure that that would not fly. Thirdly, Muhammad Buhari has failed 3 times in his bid to become Nigerian president. He has benefited from quite almost foolproof rigging at least 3 times in his political career. On January 30, 2019, former Sokoto State Governor Attahiru Bafarawa, who doubled as chairman of the defunct AMPP, admitted that Rochas Okorocha won the 2003 AMPP presidential primary contest, but that he was rigged, that he, Bafarawa, rigged the election in Buhari's favor, with Buhari's active consent. They are normally, presidency that responded to the latest irritation against Buhari didn't react to the story, which trended for days in 2019. Dr. Awalu Anwar's book titled Politics as Dashed Hope in Nigeria contains irrefutable evidence of the 2003 rigging. For Buhari, Bafarawa said Rochas Okorocha won 27 of the 36 states and the FCT, while Buhari could only win 5. He won only 5. Also, it turned out that Buhari in 2015's electoral victory was tainted by the sort of manipulation that the electronics transmission of vote would have made impossible. He rigged the primary. And in the election proper against former President Goodluck Jonathan, they had to use Nigerians' national chairman for ɁAÏNEC, Attahiru Jega, who rigged the election for Muhammadu Buhari. Now he has rewarded him after giving him over 20 billion naira in 2015 for rigging the election for him. Now they have given him another position in order for him to loot the treasury. In 2015, according to deep intelligence analysis of ₦AINEC's publicly available data on the 2015 presidential election, Buhari was a disproportionate beneficiary of possible fraudulent votes that were masked with and legitimized by incident form. Of the 31 million accredited voters in the election, 13 million, representing 42.6% of the voters, voted without biometric accreditation. Out of this number, 10 million votes are from states won by Buhari. The group found, in other words, more than 30% of the votes Buhari got in 2015 did not have biometric accreditation and had to be legitimized by incident form. If provision hadn't been made for the incident form, if every vote had to have biometric accreditation, Buhari's final vote tally might have been different from what it was. He lost the election. They rigged him in. And that is why the Fulani Janjaweed are fighting so hard to keep themselves in power. And that experience had taught him and the people in his inner circle that technology is in their friend and must be resisted at every point in the conduct of election. This was perfected and implemented again in 2019 election, which Buhari obviously lost, but which was rigged for him by the ዄANEK and the Nigerian military. The strategies for rigging started when Buhari declined assent to electoral amendment bill on December 7, 2018 that would have, among other things, made biometric verification of voters and on-the-spot electronic transmission of vote mandatory. That is what they are fighting against. You don't expect a person who benefited from more than 10 million unverified votes to sign a law that requires every voter be verified biometrically. But that is what is happening. That is why the Fulani Janjaweed, Buhari and the Fulanis, they knew that his rigging would invite judiciary challenge and that the overturning of his fraudulent victory would be a slam dunk in an independent, unpredictable Supreme Court. So he exploited Biafran's water urgence asset declaration infraction, which most government officials, including Buhari himself, are guilty of, to illegally remove him as the Chief Justice of Nigeria and replace him with a Fulani Janjaweed that will do the Fulani bidding. Buhari is brazen in his acknowledgement of rigging to win election. During a campaign event in 2019 in Osun State, Buhari inadvertently admitted that APC lost the governorship election in the state, but won it nonetheless through remote control. The fourth reason why the Fulani Janjaweed wants to continue ruling beyond 2023 is because the dreaded electronic storage and transmission of vote is that it will frustrate their plot to destroy forensic evidence of the electoral fraud. That was how they got away with the naked electoral fraud in 2019. Notice that more than 2 years after the 2019 election, ₦ANEK has not made available to the public the raw data of the election. Unlike Nigeria, that does not belong to frontier foreigners from Maradi and other places. maq Nnamdi Kanu are not the problem of Nigeria. The major problem of Nigeria is the atrocities caused by the Fulani terrorists, bandits, and killer herdsmen, who are hell-bent on the subjugation of Biafra and other Nigerians to take over their ancestral land because they were promised by the Fulani Janjaweed, Miyetti Allah, and Fulani Nigerian government. My brothers and my sisters, in a reaction, the southern governors, the southern states said they are ready to secede if the Fulanis wants to move the presidency in 2023 to the north. Our leader, maq Nnamdi Kanu, have warned them time without number that they are deceiving themselves by supporting the evil called One Nigeria. because supporting one Nigeria is supporting the Fulani Janjaweed. In a recent interview with the Edo State Deputy Governor, Comrade Philip Shuaibu, he revealed that the 17 southern states are ready to leave the Nigerian Union if their request that the presidency should be zoned to the south is not agreed to by the northern elite. The northerners are saying that the south has ruled 4 more years than them, that since 1999, that the south has ruled, I think, 14 years, whereas the north have only ruled for 10 years. And they are claiming they won the 10 more years. But they forgot that since 1960, the north have ruled for more than 30 years. They have ruled for more than 30 years. You know, according to the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Philip Shuaibu, he explained that the only thing the North has to offer Nigeria is their unproductive population, which they use to intimidate the South, while the resources of the countries are domiciled in southern Nigeria. They should go with their population while we go with our resources. We will ask our people in the armed forces to relocate back home and leave their desert for them. The Middle Belt people can join us if they wish. They have good agricultural land that can supply enough food to our new country. Asked if he was not afraid of being persecuted by the Fulani Buhari government, he declared, "No one can arrest me as a sitting deputy governor. I have immunity and there is no Buhari at Aso Rock." There's no Buhari at Aso Rock. And this is what our leader, maq Nnamdi Kanu, have been telling the southern governors, have been telling the southern politicians and the leaders. They should not be afraid of the Fulani Janjaweed. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. And bye-bye for now.